Hi, everybody. My name is Dana Nahai. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. I've been in practice for almost 20 years, and I started this web series to answer questions created from the internet about how to eat. So, the question I'm answering today comes from a teacher at my children's school who wants to know what's a great snack that parents can send their kids to school with to help promote attention and prevent kids from becoming overly hyper. So when we're talking about snacks with kids, first and foremost, kids really need a lot of energy. And so the same ratio for snacking and meals that I've been discussing for adults, if a lot of you hopefully have been following along with these videos, is that for adults, I want half of all of your meals and snacks to be produce. With kids, that ratio changes because they need a higher concentration of complex carbohydrates because of all of the energy expenditure and growing that they're doing. So that ratio of produce to carbohydrate and protein ends up looking more like 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, instead of 50% produce for adults at each meal and snack. For kids, it's about 30% or 1/3 fresh produce. Fruit, of course, is an excellent choice when it comes to snacking for kids. It gives them that bump in glucose that their brains and their bodies really need, without giving them too much of the peaks and troughs that you see in unfortunate blood sugar spikes. We are definitely trying to avoid adding a lot of additional sugar to your kids' diets for a variety of reasons, but especially when we're talking about school, we want to sustain their attention, so we're trying to prevent crashes and cravings that would be caused from an excess of simple carbohydrates or far too many added sugars in the snack pool. So my same rule for adults also follows for kids, which is that I always say I don't want you snacking on foods marketed as snack foods. I want you snacking on ingredients. And so what ingredients ends up looking like are fruits, raw veggies, nuts, cheese, bits and pieces of leftover, meats from the night before, rice, pasta, whole grains, and particularly in the case of kids, breads, tortillas, crackers can be great vehicles for them to get in the proteins that they need, especially when they're at school and they need to eat something quickly and easily. So in the morning, if you're looking for a morning snack for your child, a great food to send with them would be a slice of bread with anything on it, as long as it's not concentrated in added sugar. So an unsweetened nut butter on a piece of bread to form a half sandwich, and a little bit of cut up fresh fruit would be a great alternative. A cheese stick and a couple of whole grain crackers and some raw carrot sticks. Kids love to dip, so any sort of healthy dips, something in a hummus style like that they could dip cut up veggie sticks or whole grain pretzel sticks into would be another fantastic snack. The things that don't belong in your child's lunchbox are any foods that are marauding as candy. Okay, so these gummy fruit snacks that have the word fruit in them but are really more like a gummy bear, that is not a snack food for a child, that's a dessert. A lot of the yogurts that are promoted as kid foods are too high in sugar to be considered as a snack. They would be considered as a dessert. Okay, so anything that has a large concentration of sugar added to it would not be considered a snack food. Now, when it comes to older kids and adolescents, I find a lot of them are really happy when I suggest that they be snacking on pasta. And I'm not talking about microwavable macaroni and cheese. a whole grain pasta or even a white pasta can act as an excellent voyeur for a lot of other nutrients, okay? So when it comes to pasta, you don't even need to worry so much when it comes to kids and adolescents if it's white, so long as the things that you're topping the pasta with are very nutrient dense. Okay, and pasta can make an excellent mid-morning or afternoon snack for kids if it's served in a correct proportion. Okay, so for a young child, it would be like 1 handful. For an older child, it might be 2 handfuls. Okay. And what you would want to do to improve the nutrient profile of the pasta is what you're adding to it. So pesto is obviously fantastic. It's bright green. It's packed with a ton of antioxidants. But even something as simple as a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and some shredded Parmesan cheese is another excellent nutrient-dense way to top pasta into a perfect snack for kids. You could turn it into more of a pasta salad, certainly adding up cut up veggies or little bits of fresh green herbs can add a lot to the nutrient profile of the snack. And you do not need to worry about carbohydrate concentration when it comes to kids because they need it. The thing that they don't need is a very large concentration of simple sugars, of simple carbohydrates, like sugars, because that's what's going to be jacking them up in the middle of the school day. So anything marauding as candy is out of the lunchbox. But the caveat to that is that after school, one of the best things you could do for your kids is hand them a square of dark chocolate because it gives their brain a little bit of the energy boost that they need at the end of the day. So when you collect them from school or they're transitioning from school into their after-school activities or their homework time, a square of dark chocolate can be just the thing that they need to kind of smooth out their energy levels and their attitude to help transition them into the afternoon, okay? So for kids' snacks, the most important thing to remember is that things that are marketed as snack foods are usually desserts. They're not snacks. The things that I want your kids snacking on are ingredients. And you can always make a great snack out of a mini meal. When it comes to kids, really you don't need to worry so much about the white versus brown scenario when it comes to the grains, because as long as you're topping those white grain-based products, the crackers, pastas, breads, with some nutrient-dense product on top of it, we're not going to worry so much about the bread product being denuded, okay? And you're going to add to that any sort of fresh fruit or veggies that your kids like, and whatever your kids like, you're just going to put on repeat, okay? Let me know if you guys have any questions about kids' snacks or any other questions, and we'll talk more soon. Have a great day. Bye.